Okay, so in this lecture video, we will solve the sample problems for the topic under PD number 1594 or the Presidential Decree number 1594, the Prescribing Policies, Guidelines, Rules, and Regulations for Government Infrastructure Contracts. Okay, so before we proceed to the problem solving, let's define the following. AAE here. So AAE is the approved agency estimate. So this is the estimate by the agency that have conducted the bidding. And we have here AGE, the allowable government estimates, and AGE is equal to 1/2 of the sum of the AAE and the average of all responsive bids. So here, given na yung formula, so we have the formula for AGE is equal to 1/2 of the AAE or the approved agency estimate plus the average of all the responsive bids. So what are the responsive bids? What are those? A bid is considered responsive if it is not greater than 120% of the AAE or it is not lower than 60% of the AAE. So here is the interpretation. So we have the responsive bid in the middle. So responsive bid is less than 120% of AAE and responsive bid is greater than 60% of the AAE. Okay, how about major items? Major items are defined as pay item representing at least 20% of the AAE, or it is the first two items having the highest of the AAE, or those indicated or specified in the instructions to bidders. So here is the interpretation. Your major item is greater than or equal to. So correction here, it should be greater than or equal to. So this should be the symbol. So major item is greater than or equal to 20% of AAE. Okay. How about for unit price contract with regards to change order? For unit price contract, change order may not be issued by the implementing official on these conditions. Quantity overruns or underruns of not more than 15%. So not more than 15% of the estimates per major pay item and 25% per minor pay item in the BOQ or the bill of quantities. They need not be covered by the change order. Okay, so here is the summary. So no change order for minor item wherein the percent increase or decrease is less than 25%, or under major item its percent increase or decrease is less than 15%. Okay, so these are the what we will consider in solving the sample problems below. So here are the sample problems, exercises. So let's solve for problem 1 to 3. So situation for problem 1 to 3. A project has been bid out by the Department of Public Works and Highways, and the approved agency estimate or AAE is 500 million pesos. So given the AAE as 500 million pesos, the results of the responsive bids are as follows. So we have 5 bidders for this project. So we have bidder A, B, C, D, and E. And each bidder has lump sum prices. So these are the lump sum prices, and we will see which bidder will be awarded the project. The implementing rules and regulations of PD 1594 states that no award of contract shall be made to a bidder whose bid price is higher than the allowable government estimate or the approved agency estimate, whichever is higher, or lower than 70% of the AGE. The allowable government estimate is defined as one-half of the sum of the AAE and the average of responsive bids. Bids higher than 120% of the AAE or lower than 60% of the AAE shall not be considered. No negotiation will be allowed to bring down to the bid level of the AAE or AGE. So again, the definition for AGE has been mentioned here. For problem number 1, which of the following gives the responsive bidders for the project? So let's determine among these 5 bidders which of them are the responsive bidders or the qualified bidders. Okay, so let's put here given the AAE is 500 million pesos. Okay, as we have discussed earlier, here is the definition or the interpretation for the responsive bidders. So here is the interpretation here, and then we will write in the solution. So responsive bidders, a responsive bid is less than 120% of the AAE and it is greater than 60% of the AAE. So what does this two signify? These two here, the 60% and the 120%, signify the limit for the bid. Meaning, this is the minimum bid and then this is the maximum bid. So for the maximum bid, we have here 120% of AAE. So what is 120% of 500? So 120% of 500 million. That's equal to 600 million pesos. Whereas the minimum bid, the 60% of 500 million, that is equal to 300 million pesos. Okay, so we were able to determine the maximum and the minimum bid. Now let's find the responsive bidders. So among these 5 bidders, is bidder A among the responsive bids? So bidder A has 550 million pesos. That is below 600 and that is above 300. So bidder A is a responsive bidder. Bidder B, 610 million. That is already above 600 million maximum bid. So bidder B is eliminated, or they are unresponsive bidders. Let's go to bidder C. We have 454 million. That is below 600 and that is above 300. Bidder D, 389 million. That is below 600 and above 300. Bidder E is 284 million. That's already below the minimum bid. So we will remove bidder E. Therefore, what's left here are bidders A, C, and D. So these are the responsive bidders. So therefore, let's put here bidders A, C, and D are responsive bidders. Again, this solution should be seen in your notebook, in your field notebook. So the start for the notebook is here in the PD 1594. This is what I should see on your first page, the Presidential Decree number 1594, and then jump to here, the AAE, Approved Agency Estimate. And then make sure to write the problems and the solution. Okay, for number 1, problem number 1, the answer here is letter C. Okay. Next, problem number 2. Here, which of the following most nearly gives the average of all the responsive bids in pesos? So all you need to do is to add all the bids for bidder A, C, and D, and then divide them all by 3. So for number 2, you just add here bid of A plus the bid of C plus bid of D divided by 3. So that will equal to, okay, so that's equal to 464 million. So 464,525,302.5 pesos. Okay. So from the choices, it says they're most nearly. So not necessarily the exact value, but the most or the nearest from the choices. So we have here letter D. So for problem number 2, the answer is letter D. Next, problem number 3, which of the following most nearly gives the value of the approved government estimate or the AGE in pesos? So for number 3, we need to find the AGE. Then let's go back for the definition of AGE. Allowable government estimate is, that is 1/2 of AAE plus the average of all responsive bids. Okay, so that will be AGE is equal to 1/2 of the AAE, which is 500 million, plus the average of all responsive bids, which is 464,525,302.5. So for number 3, we have here 482,262,651.3. Okay. So from the choices, which among the choices most nearly gives the value for AGE? That will be letter A, 482 million pesos. Okay? So that's for number 1. Or that is for numbers 1 to 3, problems 1 to 3. Let's go for situation for problems 4 to 6. Okay, so a project has been bid out by DPWH and AAE is 500 million pesos. And the same bidders. Okay, so same set of bidders A to E, and then same statement here, same statement with problems 1 to 3. Now the question here is, which of the following most nearly gives the maximum bid price for the project in pesos? So we were able to show that a while ago. So maximum bid price for number 4. Okay, so still the AAE is the same. So AAE is 500 million pesos. Therefore, for number 4, max bid or maximum bid is equal to 120% of AAE, and that is equal to 600 million pesos. Now from the choices, that is letter B. Next, number 5. Number 5, which of the following most nearly gives the minimum bid price for the project in pesos? So again, for the minimum bid, that is 60% of the AAE. So that's already 300 million pesos. From the choices, that is letter C. Next, for problem 6, which of the following gives the bidder to which the award can be made? So it's asking for the winning bidder. Now, for the winning bidder, we can find the definition for winning bidder. So here, okay, the statement here, the implementing rules and regulations of PD 1594 states that no award of contract shall be made to a bidder whose bid price is higher than the allowable government estimate or the AAE, whichever is higher, or lower than 70% or lower than 70% of the AGE. So if we interpret that statement, it means for number 6, the winning bidder or the winning bid should be less than the AGE or the AAE, whichever is higher between these two. And it should not be it should be greater than 70% of the AGE. So this is the formula that we need to memorize. So winning bid is less than AGE or AAE, whichever is higher, and it is greater than 70% of AGE. Okay, so what's the 70% of AGE? So 70% of AGE is equal to 70% of the agency estimate that we have solved a while ago. So here it's the 482,262,651.3, since it's the same situation as mentioned at the previous problem, 482 million. Okay, so 482 million 262,651.3. So 70% of AGE is equal to 337,583,855.9. Okay, therefore among the bidders, so let's put here the value. So 300. So among the responsive bidders, so this is the 70% of AGE, 337,583,855.9. So 337 so this is bidder A. So bid A, bid C, and bid D. The value for bid A is 550, 234, 451.98. Then this one is 454, 218, 557.98. And then 389, 122, 897.44. So is this less than the AGE? So the AGE here is 482, 262, 651.3. Okay. 651.3, 482, 262, 651.43, or the or 500. So it says here, or 500 million. So remember that it's also mentioned that AAE should be included. For 500M, 500M, or 500 million. So whichever is higher between these. So since 500 is higher, so we will be using the AAE 500. A500. Now the question here is, did the bid A satisfy the definition for the winning bid? So let's see, 500 million is, so bid A has 550 and the highest bid here is 500 million. Therefore, this does not satisfy the winning bid. Whereas, okay, so this one is correct. For bid C, 454 is greater than 337, correct? And 454 is less than 500, correct? For bid D, 389 is greater than 337, correct? And 389 is less than 500, correct? So the two bidders, bidder C and D, satisfied the winning bid. But practically speaking, which of the following, or which of the two bidders, bidder C and D, is more favorable, or the one that you will accept as the contractor for the project, whose offer is lower? So the lower offer here between the two goes to bidder D. Therefore, bidder D, so among the responsive bidders, bidder D is more desirable or more favorable. Okay. So the answer for number 6 is letter A. So that's for problems 4 to 6. So care to screenshot before we proceed to the next problem. Okay, let's go to problem 7 to 9. So this is the situation for problems 7 to 9. The implementing rules and regulations of PD 1594 states that for a unit price contract, quantity overruns or underruns of not more than 15% of the estimates per major pay item, example pay item which represents at least 20% of the total estimated cost of the contract, and 25% per minor pay item in the bill of quantities, need not be covered by a change order, provided that the same is authorized by the approving authority for the contract. So here are the quantities or the unit prices and the agency estimate of a project. So we have it itemized. So it's not the lump sum or the project cost that's shown here, but rather it is being itemized. So we have items 1 to 8. So each item has quantity here, the unit price, and the approved agency estimate. Okay. So for the first question, for the problem 7, which of the following most nearly gives the AAE of the project? So how do you determine the AAE of the project? What we will do here is we will need to find the project cost, the total project cost. So we will need to take a total computation of quantity multiplied with the AAE per item. So we have here AAE per item. So all we need to do is to multiply the quantity with the AAE of the item. So what is 120 times 100? That is 12,000. 50 times 2,400, that will be 120,000. 600 times 160, that is 96,000. Then we have 80 times 1,000, that will be 80,000. And then we have 800 times 40, that is 32,000. And 500 times 80, that will be 40,000. Item 7, that is 25 times 1,200, that is 30,000. And item 8, that is 3,500 times 20, that will be 70,000. Okay. And if we get the total, that is 12,000 plus 120,000 plus 96,000 plus 80,000, 32,000, 40,000, 30,000, and then 70. The total here is 480,000 pesos. And that 480,000 is the AAE of the project. So the answer for problem 7 is letter C. Next, we have problem 8. Which of the following are considered as the major pay items? So what is a major pay item? Let's go back to the discussion. A major pay item is a pay item representing at least 20% of the AAE, or it is the first two items having the highest of the AAE, or those indicated specified in the instructions to bidders. So if we interpret here, it is so major item is greater than or equal to 20% of the AAE. Okay? So let's compute that. What's the 20% of the AAE? So we have here number 8. Okay, let's write first what's AAE here. Computed AAE is 480,000 pesos. So for number 8, sorry. So for number 8, 20%. Should write here first the formula. Okay, so 20% of 480,000 is equal to 96,000 pesos. Okay, so which of the following items is the it says here defined here as the first two items having the highest of AAE? So among these items, the highest here are item number 2, which is the 120,000. So this one here, item number 2. So item 2. There. So 120,000. So item number 2. And also item number 3, the 96,000. So the first two highest. Now, if we check it by the formula, so by the formula, we have here item 2, we have item number 3. So item 2 and 3 is the day pass. So 120,000. it should be here. So 96,000, 96,000, so 120,000, so this is 96,000. Did it satisfy the condition for major item? For item number 2, yes. Because item 2, 120,000 is greater than 96,000. How about item number 3? So item number 3, 96,000 is equal to 96,000 or the 20% of AEE. Therefore, we have items 2 and 3 as major pay item. How about the rest? What's the next item here with the highest value? We have 80,000. So item number 4. So here you can see item number 4. So item number 4 is 80,000 pesos. Is item number 4 greater than 96,000? No, it's not. Therefore, only items 2 and 3 are considered as major pay item. So the answer for number 8 is letter B. So items 2 and 3 only. Next, number 9, which of the following should be covered by a change order? So meaning of the change order is that when the submitted project cost during the bidding encountered some modification in the actual construction process, so there is a need to change the quantity, either the quantity or the price of the item. So it happens in the actual construction. So in the bidding process, you just present your estimates. Now, during the actual construction process, you can see there will be variations of the estimated value with the actual value. Now, the question here is, if ever that happens, which of the items, so which of the following items or conditions should be granted, or among these choices, problem number 9. For example, in item number 1, item number 1 has a quantity of, so here, so in problem number 9, we have choice A. It says here in choice A, in item 1, from 120 quantity, it wants to increase to 135. Now, the question here is, will you allow that? Is that covered by a change order? So there's the definition for the change order here in our discussion a while ago. For unit price contract, so for unit price contract, no change order should be given to minor item whose increase or decrease in percent is less than 25%, or whose major item has percent increase or decrease as less than 15%. So let's see if we will allow number or choice A for a change order. We have here number 9. For choice A, we have item 1. Item 1 is considered as minor item. Since we have items 2 and 3 as major pay item, therefore the rest becomes minor pay item. So minor items. Okay, so only the 2 items 2 and 3 are considered as major. So choice A, item 1, that is a minor item. Minor pay item. So for percent increase, so it says there increase, you have there 130, the difference of the increase divided by to where it increased from. So from 120, so you put here 120 times 100, that is equal to let's arrange the okay, so 135 minus 120 divided by 120 times 100, that is 12.5%. Is this less than 25% for minor pay item? Is this less than 25%? Yes. Therefore, no change order. No CO. No change order. If it satisfies the condition here, therefore, no change order. Next, choice B. Choice B, that is item number 3. So, item number 3, it says there, a decrease in item 3 from 600 to 500. Okay? So, major pay item for choice B. So, percent decrease. So, percent decrease, the difference of the decrease, 600 minus 500, and then from what? From 600. Decrease from 600 times 100, that is equal to 16.67%. Is this less than, okay, for major item, that is 15%, right? So, is this 16.67% less than 15%? No. So, it's not less than 15%. Therefore, we conclude that there is change order. Okay? But then, let's see the other choices. So, choice C. Choice C here is decrease in item 2, a major pay item, from 50 to 45. Okay? So, this is another major pay item. Again, that is percent decrease from 50 to 45. So, 50 to 45. So, from 50 times 100, that is 10%. So, this is a major pay item. So, we will be using 15%. Is 10% less than 15%? Yes. If it is yes, therefore, no change order. How about choice D? Choice D is item 8. Item 8, a minor item from increase from 3,500 to 4,300. Okay, so choice D, minor pay item. So we have here percent increase from 3,500 to 4,300. So the difference then says here from 3,500 times 100, that is equal to 22.86%. Is this less than 25% for minor pay item? Again, yes. Therefore, no change order. So, among these choices, the only one that is covered, okay, so it says here, which of the following should be covered by a change order? So, that will be choice B. Okay, so here it is. There is change order. So, the answer for number 9 is letter B. Decrease in item 3 from 600 to 500. Okay, so screenshot first the problem 7 to 9. So let's proceed to the last example. We have situation for problems 10 to 12. Government construction contracts are governed by Presidential Decree 1594, which prescribes that change orders are limited to 25% of the original contract price, provided that no major pay item shall be increased by more than 100% of its original cost. Major items is defined as pay items representing at least 20% of the AAE, or the first two items having the highest percentage of the AAE, or those indicated or specified in the instruction to bidders. For this problem, the AAE of a certain government project is 15 million pesos. So AAE is 15 million. So this is the reason why whenever a bidding is conducted, the agency conducting the bidding or who is going to award the project should not reveal or show the AAE to the bidders, because if the AAE, this AAE here, is revealed to the bidders will have the capacity, or the bidders will have the chance to edit or to recompute their own bids, their own estimates in their favor. So it is imperative that the AAE or the approved agency estimate is hidden from the bidders. Okay? So for problem number 10, which of the following most nearly gives the amount at which an item becomes a major item? So again, what's the definition for major item? A while ago, it's the 20% of the AAE. So if we go back here for number 10, for an item to become a major item, so MI, major item, that will be 20% of the AAE, or the 15 million. It's equal to 3 million pesos. So the answer here for number 10 is letter D, 3 million. So it's easy to put into your project or into your estimate the major pay item, as long as you are knowledgeable of the agency's approved estimate. Okay, we have here number 11. A certain major item has an original quantity of 4,000 units. The winning bidder bid a unit price of 1,000 pesos for this item. If the only change involves this item, which of the following most nearly gives the maximum amount of the change order? So maximum amount of the change order, it is defined here in the situation given a while ago. Okay. So PD 1594 prescribes that change orders are limited to 25% of the original contract price. Okay, so 25% of the original contract price. So the original contract cost, so this problem 11, we are talking about the winning bidder. So the winning bidder has an original contract price or contract cost. So the original contract cost for one item, so certain item, he has there 4,000 units multiplied with 1,000 pesos for the unit price. So unit price here is given as 1,000 for that item only. So, original contract price is 4 million pesos for a single item. Now, if he wants to, so maximum amount of the change order, he is looking for the maximum amount of for the change order, max change order amount, that will be the original contract price plus the 25% of the original contract price. So the answer here is 5 million pesos. So maximum change order here is 5 million only. Okay? So it will not exceed the 5 million peso mark for the change order. Next, the last problem, problem number 12. Which of the following most nearly gives the maximum increase in quantity of the item if the unit price is unchanged? So, unit price unchanged, but it's asking for maximum increase in quantity. So, you will go back again to the original contract quantity. So, for the maximum change of quantity, that is equal to 4,000 units plus 25% of the 4,000 units. Okay. So that is equal to 5,000 units. So for problem number 12, the answer there is letter B. Okay, so that's for problems 10 to 12. Screenshot them. Okay, so that's all for this lecture video for the sample problems under the PD 1594. The rest of the discussion will be presented via face-to-face, or that is on-site discussion.